Dragon Drop Podcast.
This is the Dragon Drop Podcast, episode 53, and I have to tell you guys, I think that we've made America great again, and I'll tell you why. The astronauts were brought home.
That was weeks ago.
They say that there's two genders now. There's, male and female. That was a Gulf of America. This is America's
strong start,
now
Bill.
great.
Strong start, man.
It's all memes, dude. It's all memes. But it's serious to some people, right?
It's J.K. Rowling.
Or
yeah.
left.
Did you? I saw a thing today that people didn't know this, but like in other countries, like Republicans aren't red and Democrats aren't blue. Like it's the opposite, because red's communism.
Well, I think the Republicans are red because they're alcoholics and their blood pressure's high. You ever see a red guy?
Republicans are red because in the 80s, Democrats tried to distance themselves from Russians and communism.
Oh.
So they picked blue while making the other team red. Because in Canada, blue is right wing.
Oh, that's weird.
It's weird that it's the opposite here, man.
Color affiliated is like gender affiliated. Like the boys used to be pink, and now the boys are blue.
The boys were never pink.
They used to be pink.
Either you're a donkey or you're an elephant, or you're a bull moose.
It's how you identify.
Yep, you have to pick one.
I try not to.
You don't.
I identify.
I don't even think about it. So it's like it doesn't even, there's no identity.
Yep. All right. Anyways, episode 52 of the Dragon Drop Podcast. WrestleMania
53.
It's 52.
Oh, did I say 53 at the start?
You said 52.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. WrestleMania was this
1
past
year.
weekend.
That matters.
Not Joe Rogan. John Cena has won his 17th world title. Now he has the record for most WWE championships of anybody.
He's got to be like 50.
That's impressive.
I think he's like 47-ish. It's his retirement year. So
what's he gonna do? Work for China?
He's already done. Every celebrity does Chinese commercials. You just don't see them, except for the John Cena one. Bing Chilling.
Is that a Chinese name?
Have you not seen the John Cena Chinese commercial?
Would you call it Bing Chilling?
Bing.
He's eating an ice cream scoop.
John Cena. Okay. Okay. Let me turn this down a little bit.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋，但是速度与激情就比冰淇淋速度与激情就。
Yes, John Cena speaks Chinese or Mandarin.
I mean, the Chinese pay well, so
yeah.
If I could get a Chinese job for $10K, $100K, million, I would do it.
What? Any one of those?
But the Chinese don't want me yet.
No,
I need to ni hao.
You can work in a sock factory in the U.S. pretty soon. You don't need to work in a Chinese sock factory.
Yep. Well, my factory's gonna make fake Jordans.
They make the real Jordans there too, don't they? Or in Vietnam?
Right. See, this is the thing. We're gonna contract with Jordan to make real Jordans, but then when the factory's closed for the night, we're gonna secretly keep making Jordans, but there are Jordans.
You think those factories close for the night?
Not if the children are still awake.
Say they probably got like some 14-hour shifts that just overlapping all the time. It's I don't know. Okay, what else? What do we got this week? What's his name? R. Kelly. R. Kelly is singing "Happy Birthday" from prison. So let's check that out.
He's doing cameos in prison.
Yes, he is.
Damn, I always wondered like, what's the potty situation in prison? Like, do you have like you share a roommate and then you share the one throne in the same cell?
Yes.
It can't be like that everywhere though. Or is it like dormitory style where everyone shares, the one local?
In prison, you sit to piss because there is no splatter.
Yeah,
that is a thing in prison.
People aren't wearing socks to wipe it up.
You can't really clean because you don't have any cleaning supplies. And you use your toilet for everything.
Well, the other side of that too is those woke and aware of urine therapy. That could resolve that issue pretty well too.
Is that people who drink pee?
Well, it's a detox method. So,
detoxing.
but
from
you
what?
want, I guess it's better to do your own. But
So if you're drinking toxins to detox,
oh, it's sterile. It's good for
isn't urine toxins?
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, the poo is.
Okay, but you flush your toxins out of your kidneys.
You get
through
more
your
B12s.
your pee-pee.
You know.
Oh, true. Yeah, B12 is water soluble, so your body only digests what it needs at the time. And so if you take a lot of B12, you just pee it out. So there's fresh B12 in a lot of pee
Yeah.
that you
Okay.
can
Going to
recycle
waste when you
So
think
you can
about
just
it.
drink it over and over again.
until you
Bear
get all
Grylls
the
tells
B12
you
out.
too.
Bear
Survivor
Grylls.
show, they
Bear
might
Grylls.
have done it there too.
He tried. He filtered his piss through like a sock with sand.
I saw
I
this
don't want
one.
to drink sandy piss.
He skinned a snake and then pissed in the snake skin and then used it as like a little like a canteen and like flung the snake skin piss over his back until later when he was thirsty and then he slurped it out of the snake skin.
I wonder how many times Bear Grylls has drank his own piss.
I'm gonna guess. All right, let's guess.
Climbed Everest.
13.
Like recorded on show.
Yeah,
or
recorded on
recreational
show.
therapy.
I'm talking about on the show. It's this guy. He just says 42. That's not. Come on. He drank his own urine on stage. Like it's not even survival, dude.
Ooh, sounds like Steve-O.
He's trying to make the public aware of the therapy.
Ugh.
I guess that's a good question. You know how Steve-O was gonna get
Let it go.
I know. I
breast
asked
implants?
about this.
You could have went the whole week without bringing up that topic.
Well, it's time for the pod, and on the pod we address hot topics, and this is a hot topic.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
If he identifies as a man but gets breast implants, is he trans?
No, he's straighter because he can always adore his glorious, beautiful breasts. And that's being straight because you're attracted to a female sexual organ. So there you go. Right?
Bill, to make you trans, just having long hair, man.
I guess it's a good point.
What's the line?
Like, if you got a vagina transplant, are you trans or you just have a vagina?
I don't think anybody's getting those. That isn't right. You wouldn't be. Paying
It's identity too. So it's not just what you got.
Okay.
It's what you do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's inside. It's how you identify. It's not about what's on the outside.
Anyways,
for your
forgot to
gender.
mention about WrestleMania this weekend. They had Joe Hendry, my favorite wrestler. He's the guy that spins around when you say his name. Randy Orton needed an opponent because Kevin Owens was injured and needed surgery, so they called up Joe Hendry to be his opponent. So
How'd it go?
he went out there and lost. That's his job.
Oh,
Who's going to beat Randy Orton? Randy Orton is the new opponent for John Cena, it seems like. So,
but John Cena's done.
Yeah, who's going to take over John Cena's spotlight now that he's done?
Seth Rollins probably. Seth Rollins won the three-man match between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. It was dope, dude. What's his name? Paul Heyman did a double betrayal. He was supposed to be Roman Reigns' guy, right? And then he was supposed to be CM Punk's guy. Like he brought out a chair and he was gonna hand it to CM Punk, I think, and then he does the underhand ball punch on CM Punk. It gives the chair to Roman Reigns and does the underhand ball punch to Roman Reigns, and then he ends up giving the chair to Seth Rollins, who wins the match, and he's now the guy.
What about The Miz?
The Miz hasn't been the guy in 10+ years, man. But
Where is he?
I've always liked he's just a fucking a jobber. He's only there to do the job, as in he's there to lose and help the newer guys out. But he's still there. He's been there like 20 years.
Did they ever do man versus woman?
Every now and then, yeah.
Does the man ever beat the woman?
They do like tag teams that they call them I think it's intergender tag team. So it's like
And like the guy will like punch the girl.
I think they try to like swap them out when they swap.
I feel like it's kind of a good idea maybe to do that because it's like it would really outrage people if like a guy beat a girl, but even though it's scripted, but it's like because then everyone's in an uproar about the guy being mean to the girl. It's the ultimate heel move. So you got these two guys and they're nemesises, and then the one guy beats the other guy's girlfriend in the ring, and then it's the ultimate defend my woman moment.
Yeah.
That could be.
Sure, dude.
Are there any gay like WWEs or?
I'm sure there's got to be.
All of them.
Well,
Bazinga.
Hey, are there any straight UFC fighters?
I think most of them are straight.
Are they?
I'm trying to think if there's gay ones.
I don't know, man. Pretty gay sport.
UFC's gay? It's like gladiators.
It's no. Gladiators they're like big, strong guys. UFC's like 5'7" twinks fighting.
Not all of them. Some people are
138 pound, 5'6".
You're just born small man, and you're the ultimate small man.
They're the ones that people watch and people like. Right.
Lots of energy.
Lots of energy. Yeah. Who won the UFC?
Paddy Pimblett won. Beat Michael Chandler. I can't even remember who else. Oh, Bryce Mitchell. He was the redneck that was he's like the Hail Hitler guy, right?
Yeah.
Redneck American guy.
You're calling him a redneck instead of a Nazi.
Well, there's synonyms in some degree, right?
I don't think so. You can be a redneck.
The
without
Nazis
being a
are
Nazi.
dead.
You can't have a new one. Don't call
There's
them.
no more Nazis, right?
Call them
It's like a whole different thing now.
But yeah, he lost to one of the fighting nerds, which
what does that mean?
They're not really nerds. I don't know. There's like 4 guys that came up that are called the fighting nerds, but they're just I think they're like South American or something. They're like Hispanic looking, but
They fight and wear glasses.
I think it's good that Bryce Mitchell lost because he's like weird. He believes the world's flat and shit, and he's a retard. So, that's good that he got his ass beat.
Good for America. Good for America. It's
Dude, I was learning the dude that voices the show Teen Titans or whatever, and like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The dude that voices that, he says his dog is God or something like that.
Which guy?
I was diving into that. I don't know his name.
Which character?
Michael. I don't know, dude. I don't ever watch the Teenage Mutant. I know they're turtles.
Leonardo,
and
Donatello, Raphael.
Couldn't tell you, but I thought that was a cool take. He's like, only my dog specifically is God. And I was like, you know what? I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
Can do no wrong. You gotta praise it and follow him.
It's like the Hindus think the cow's God, right? Or is it that the cow's sacred, not God?
I have no idea.
How good with the dude.
I can't find the guy.
He's
Okay.
a voice actor.
Yeah, for what character, dude? And what series of Ninja Turtles? Did we show Ian's picture yet on the pod?
Let's pull it up.
Okay.
What do we got?
Well, the one I sent to you guys already.
Yep. He's got a big stinky gut. Bloated like a dead person is what I said.
Bloated like a dead person. How long ago was that?
You ever see a dead body bloats up real good in the stomach and then it pops like a balloon.
All right, here we go. This is Ian's weight update. There we go. What do you think?
It's not, I mean, to scale or good reference, it's a bad reference photo, dude. That's probably just buffing out.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Trying to make it seem like it's worse than it is or something. Or
Tweet death.
He was at 172.4. I believe he's up a pound. Yes, he is now at 173.
Ooh.
0.3.
I just weighed in actually when I took a shower, 172.2. So Ian's hogged
Ian,
out.
you are a fat shit compared to Bill, dude. That is a whole pound more.
And you want to hear what I did today? Coffee with whey protein and lion's mane. coffee with collagen and fiber, chicken and rice, kombucha, water, 5K, 2 juicers.
What would you do if you didn't work from home?
Eat a lot more fast food. 'Cause that's what I used to do. So it's legit working from home.
You get to eat all your special mushroom powder.
Yep, mushroom powder. Well, I would do that anyway because I would make a coffee before I leave. Oh, did I tell you guys I got one of those quick stirs? It's a battery stir because I was doing it with a spoon and like trying to stir shit
Little
into.
frother thing.
Yeah, the powders.
Yeah, a
It takes
frother.
forever.
It was like $12. It's super worth, dude. So get yourself a frother.
Probably would have been $8 without the tariffs.
I'm not mixing any powders into liquids for enough to do, make that worth it.
All right, we got these
Yeah.
moral sightings. What's going on here, Bill?
So if you scroll down on this is a really good site. So in the early spring, the morels come out, and
There's
what this
none
site
listed
does,
anywhere near you.
that's what the site does. So if you watch it, it slowly, as the season progresses, the morels show up more and more north. So we'll start to see. You'll see when they're popping in your area. So it's like real pretty sparse in Michigan right
If they're
now.
popping by Cadillac, shouldn't they be popping down by here?
Well, the thing is, the people that use the app, they're only gonna actually report it after all the morels are picked over.
So,
'Cause
Bill-
then at that point,
Yeah, you need to go do this yourself.
Yeah, this is just kind of an indicator of when they're ready in your area. I did go looking last weekend. I didn't find any, but I flagged some trees that I will check again. But you can see southern Michigan's really starting to pop. So this weekend's going to be good. I'm going to go out, look again. But really until the end of May is prime time. So if you're interested in looking for morels, you have to walk a lot. You probably won't find any.
Is it
But
once a
one
year
year
or
I
twice?
found it's once a year.
Okay.
It's just in the spring. So late April to late May is really for where I'm at least.
Your
And
options are hunt for mushrooms or watch the NBA championships.
yeah, the NBA, no.
I saw their
It, like-
their recent ad campaigns like you're not going fishing. You're not. They're telling people to not go to watch the NBA finals instead of going fishing because it's also prime beginning of fishing season.
Wow. Yeah, the NFL draft's tomorrow. It's in Green Bay.
That's a small town.
I know, and they love football up there. You know, the Lambeau Leap, you guys know about that, right?
Nope.
So there's Lambeau Field, that's where the Green Bay Packers play, and the Lambeau Leap is when they score a touchdown and they jump up into the stands and they're like with the fans and they all like, woo! But sometimes the enemy team will do the Lambeau Leap and the fans hate it. So that's one of my favorites when the enemy team Lambeau leaps them after they score.
Are the
That's the
Packers
best.
the poorest team in the NFL or the second poorest?
Are they poor? I feel like the Packers are.
I thought that would be rich.
Yeah,
I mean, like
they're
it's one of the smallest towns to have an NFL team. Like that and like Buffalo, the Sabres. What's a smaller?
Sabres.
What? Oh, not the. Wait, no. What are the Bills? The Sabres are like.
Oh,
I
the
think that's
Bills?
hockey.
The Bills are good though. They have Josh Allen. They like almost went to the Super Bowl. He's like one of the best quarterbacks in the
Right,
league.
but they can't go to the Super Bowl because they don't have enough viewers. Most of the country watches Kansas City because they don't have teams in the middle of the country.
Everyone hates
It's
Kansas City.
rigged.
Everyone hates Kansas City. You ever see Patrick Mahomes, his fat, doughy little fat boy body? This
No.
is who we're supposed to aspire to? Fat boy Patrick Mahomes?
You aspire to be Prince Fielder, dude. Prince Fielder.
You ever see Matthew
baseball.
Stafford's fake teeth? He moved to LA after leaving Detroit and got a set of fake teeth that it's too much. Who is this guy?
Okay, these are professional baseball players. I think they're all first basemen, so they're fat.
Why are they so fat?
This is the shape. This is from 2013, but this is the last time I paid attention to Detroit baseball.
That's the body?
because the first baseman tends to be the heavy hitter guy. They don't really need to move.
Like like he hits the homers.
Yes, you don't need to move. You just need to hit that ball hard. So this is an elite physical athlete here.
They have to run good, but
No, they don't. You don't. They can't. They can't get you out if you hit a home run. You get to walk around the entire thing. So if as long as you hit the home run, you don't need to run.
That dude's sweet.
It's people like Derek Jeter, Kalamazoo native, that were able to hit the ball and run. He played shortstop.
Jeter was with what? Jennifer Aniston?
I have no idea.
Or was it Jennifer Lopez?
No,
is that a different
that's
guy?
A-Rod. His
A-Rod.
same team though. Same era of baseball. They were like they batted right after each other.
Aren't the Pistons doing good right now?
The Pistons are in the playoffs, I think, right? I don't know. Tell me, dude.
I think the Pistons is a stupid name.
You're the one that watches
Motor
men's
City?
sports.
Call it the V12 or some shit. Like Pistons?
They're playing right now. They're playing against the Knicks.
Ooh.
They're losing by 6.
How many games are in the playoffs? Is this like never ending?
Yeah, it looks like this is a best of 7.
They play one team 7 times. That's
Up
insane.
to 7 times. So it's
best
first
of
to
7.
4. First to 4.
Okay.
It's currently 1-1. I think that's it. Maybe it's a best of 5. I have no idea.
It says the Pistons general manager vacant. They don't even have a general manager.
What happened?
Well, he probably ran a stoplight that isn't working in Detroit and got ran over by a truck.
Fuck off.
They got into a big fight and he got vacated from the.
I think there's
whole
a-
area and fired.
There's a higher chance that the stoplight isn't working in Ionia than in Detroit. Okay.
I've never seen a stoplight not working in Ionia. They got the prisons. The prison guards, we'll let them know. What was that?
There's a spider on the wall. I had to show
Ooh,
him.
nice move.
Had to
That's like
show
the
him.
quickest I ever seen you move.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm a fast guy.
Why you kill spiders though? They're good for getting all the bugs.
I'd rather have no bugs.
Yeah, but the spiders are there because there's bugs.
Right. I could just spray the bugs.
Right.
I got to It's the beginning of the season. I got to spray bug shit
Yeah, I hear you.
outside too. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I was doing that on Monday or Sunday, and
Killing bugs.
discovered that my front hose had a crack in the copper, just like the back one did last year. So that was $511, but it is now fixed. They added a shutoff
you go.
valve too.
Did they put in PEX?
I already had PEX.
Oh, damn. You probably, all you need is a crimper. You probably could have done it.
Oh, absolutely could have done it, but now there's a 2-year warranty on it.
All right. Frost free, hose bib.
I would have had to get I would have to buy the actual faucet and I have to figure out if it's a 12 or a 14 or a 16, and then I would have to perfectly cut it and buy the thing the shut off. I'm not doing that.
You know what they call it? The official name? I think it's called it's a silcock.
Okay. For what?
The little hose thing, the hose shut off. That's called a silcock.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got the word cock in it.
What do you know
Yeah,
about?
couldn't be caught handling that.
What do you know about plumbing, Dan? You a plumber? Can you plumb?
No. I mean, I installed my dad's septic tank and dug that out. And
A septic tank?
Yeah,
Holy
that sounds
shit.
huge.
yeah.
Did you bring
many
that up? Did
gallons?
you bring that up when Bill was talking about his starting his septic tank shitter business?
No.
I'm still interested.
I don't know all the specs. That was many years ago now. But I mean, it's
But
not
you
like we had some other company pour it and bring it in, but dug it out and pipe fitted it up.
Dug
to
it
the
out
house,
with
so.
your hands or with
Right.
a tractor thing?
Yeah, just with my bare hands.
Oh, I
actually.
mean, did you shovel? There's no way, right? Or did you have some giant Caterpillar?
Use
branded-
excavator. I mean,
How did you get an excavator?
what? What do you mean how?
Did you rent it? You guys don't just have an excavator, do you?
Yeah,
They just
we
had
had
one.
one.
You do
His
have.
dad,
It was a
his
piece
dad
of
had-
shit. I had to actually try to start it every time. It always needed starter fluid, and
Damn,
something was
dude.
going wrong with it. We had to fix it up, so got rid of it.
You grew up with a
eventually,
Tonka truck, huh? Cool.
That's badass.
You guys remember playing with Tonka trucks as a 3-4-year-old and just one day not giving a shit about them anymore?
but I don't think I actually had any.
I think I was more interested in people than toys.
When you were
So
3 and 4 years old, you weren't playing with toys?
Ooh,
Hot
I don't remember
Wheels?
that. One of my earliest memories is I took all the books off the bookshelf and I found the phone book and I called the taxi service on my neighbor that I didn't like. I'm like 4 years old.
Why didn't
I
you
called a
like your
taxi
neighbor
for
at
my neighbor.
4? What
Hearsay. That's all I can say.
your
Hearsay.
your parents told you
Yeah.
that your neighbor sucked.
Maybe we were loud or something and they didn't like us, but and then also I remember putting a paperclip in the outlet. I remember trying to get weaned off of pacifier, and my mom put it
You
above
can
the
remember the pacifier.
sink. Yeah, well, my mom put it above the sink in the like way up, and I got on the counter and I found it above the sink.
And you should have been weaned off a year before that, dude.
I was
You're
probably
not supposed to
4.
remember the pacifier, man.
I remember wanting it and then finding it.
You guys ever just ask for like multi-tools too many times? And you start having like a whole bunch of multi-tools.
I have
No.
2 or 3.
Yeah, like that. I swear.
They're handy.
Yeah,
I
but
have too many Torx bits. That's my problem.
for what?
I'm like, the 25's gone. Fuck, it's the only one you need. And then I bought one, and then I found it like the week after, and I used it.
Are those the ones for your car, or are you talking those little 6-star ones
Yeah.
They're the star.
for like screws into wood outside? I mean,
They surprise you. You know, there's something that you're trying to get at, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's a fucking Torx. It can't be a Phillips or a flathead or
What?
a freaking hex.
they're
It's
just
a
better.
damn
right?
Torx.
What's
What?
the difference between a Torx and a hex?
A hex is
Oh,
a
boy.
6-sider.
6. Okay, what's a Torx then?
It's like a star.
It's 5 then.
I don't know if there is 5.
A 6-star. If it's 6, then it's a hex.
Well, that's like a star.
A
Look
Torx.
up,
A Torx is 6.
Look up a hex.
Hex bit. This to me looks like
Yeah.
the same thing.
No, because that one has spines. See how it has spines,
I've
ridges.
definitely used a hex bit for a Torx then.
Hex is 5.
Hex means
Sides.
6. Like hexagon. The pentagon is
Never.
5 sides.
Who we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Too soon.
Oh man, why'd they build it that shape? All right, Bill, it's your turn to explain Joe Rogan's take on a due process.
So Rogan, he wants due process for the immigrants,
Which is
right,
what?
before they're deported.
What does due process mean?
Due process is when Trump goes, you don't belong in the country. You're not a citizen. You're deported. Here's El Salvador. And they're like, no, sir, I have a driver's license and I'm an American citizen. He's like, no, you're Mexicans. You go to El Salvador. And so Trump sends them without checking SSN card, without checking birth certificate. So just booting them, at a whim. And, people are calling for
And
due
what does
process.
Joe
'cause
Rogan think of that?
Joe Rogan says they better do a second look at these guys and make sure they check their docs before they just boot them, because I think they booted a couple that were American citizens. And if they gave me a one-way ticket to El Salvador, I don't think I'd like that very much.
But he used, I think, the Benjamin Franklin quote, right? It's better to have 100 guilty people walk free than one innocent guy convicted. That's not the exact quote, but
Well, in war, there's collateral damage.
oh god, you gotta justify it now, even though your daddy Joe said.
So because
That's good.
we're the U.S., we want to give everyone that's in here, even illegally, like U.S.-based rights.
That is what our Constitution says. Yes.
Anyone that's here.
Yes.
If they have their passport, they can. No, yep, you get this U.S. citizens' rights.
I don't think you even need a passport, man. I think you don't need anything.
Damn,
But I mean,
crazy.
what if you lost your passport and you're like from, I don't know, Spain, and look a little brown, and the U.S. government just assumes you're a Mexican and then deport you to Mexico when you're from Spain and you can't prove you're from Spain without due process.
Does due process help you from stopping like the IRS from taking all your money or something?
it would give you a day in court to like file a claim against them. So
we need quicker judges. You know how like the school system has degraded to the point where it's like people who just all have sex with each other and have sex with the students, like real loose morals and like not actually good people. We need to get more people into the legal system and degrade our legal system so that we have more people to give due process to, because I think the issue is it's delayed by
you're
like
saying
10
that
years.
the government needs to hire more lawyers and judges. That's the people
Let's
that do this.
privatize the legal system.
Privatize
it
the
out.
legal system. Okay.
Contract judges.
Because I've worked in the public sector, and I'll tell you what, it's a bunch of lazy piece of shit retards. For the most part, I'd say 80% lazy retards.
Okay.
So we don't need more
for a
public
government
sector.
job, dude. Come on.
We don't need more
I need to
public
get in
sector.
there.
You're saying we need privatized judges that
Privatized judges.
you can't buy off a privatized judge that that cares more about the company they work for than the Constitution, right?
Well, yeah, I think privatized judges might be a bad idea because
okay.
they might introduce personal bias, and you could get the judge that you want, and then you get off for doing some heinous shit because culturally they agree with whatever.
Do you think
heinous
it's
shit you're doing.
messed up to handpick judges like that? Because the Trump administration is actually picking judges in like Texas, where there's only like one option for the judge, and they know how he's going to rule ahead of time, so they file the case in that place in Texas.
Doesn't both sides do that every time?
Well, if you file for something like in DC, there's like 14 options for judges instead of one. So if you intentionally filed in Texas, you get the one judge. While if you filed in DC, you get one of the 14 judges randomly.
Well, all I know is when Biden was failing the country by not enforcing the border, Texas Governor Abbott was saying, "We're protecting our state. We don't care what the federal government says. We're not letting them all in." And it's instituted the borders.
I mean, we all know God
closed.
hit Abbott with lightning and paralyzed him. So
Did he? He's
No.
paralyzed from lightning?
I don't know if it's from lightning, but he's in a wheelchair. Yeah.
No shit.
Did you-
Recently?
No, it was a long time ago. What's her name? Called him Governor Hot Wheels.
He lives in a wheelchair all the time.
It's insane that you don't even know this about the guy you're talking about.
I'm just parroting like random shit that I've heard.
I
before.
know you are. But yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
See, this is the thing. Look at all these pictures. None of them show him in a wheelchair. So how would I even know?
These two do.
He looks like a little bit like who's the guy on Dirty Jobs?
Mike Rowe?
Mike Crow.
Yeah, looking a little bit like Mike Rowe.
So
he got hit in a wheelchair, and he's the governor of Texas.
At 26, he got hit by a tree.
Dude, do you guys remember the guy in town that so he was driving through the middle of town, and a tree branch broke off and literally went through his windshield, through his body, like through his chest,
Holy shit.
through his seat, and was like stuck there, but he like lived. Like a freaking 6-inch tree went through his body in town here.
Have you seen Final Destination?
It's a crazy movie.
There's a theme where like when a log comes off a truck and goes through a person. It's kind of a stupid
he
premise
dies.
for like the movie's like every time someone's born, someone dies. But like if you just think of how the population increases, that disproves it immediately. But
recently the scientists are like, maybe we're way off on the human population estimates.
Okay, Dan, let's elaborate on that. How off are we?
That's all I gotta say.
How off are we?
I don't know.
There's only how many people?
That's what I heard. That's the news.
I mean, here's the thing. You think about the slums in India, and these guys are just squirting. And then in 9 months, there's a baby in a tiny little hut made of sheet metal, and they got one pot. They're pissing in one pot. They're cooking in the other. Nobody's counting those people. Who's counting those people? Do they get birth certificates?
Wait, so your argument here is the opposite of Dan's. There's actually more people than there are being counted.
Oh, well, in India at least, I don't
right.
think anyone's trying to get through the slums and count how many squirts they're doing.
How many squirts per square mile in India? Grok?
But we do know in Japan that there's just guys that live in their bedroom for their whole life. And, you ever see a wall next to somebody's bed that's like black?
Like a mold wall?
Mold wall from like body oil and like their wall is mildew because they sleep next to it. And I don't remember where I saw this. It might be when I was inspecting. It was either when I was inspecting or a friend's house.
What about it though?
Well, for one, that's gross and you have no self-respect. For two, it reminds me of India.
Yeah, just hate on India on the pod, man.
Well, here's the thing. I inspected a house that was in East Lansing with Indian people. Their bathroom, the walls were all black. You have a fan to let the moisture out, and they never used it. They just did really hot showers for a year, and the whole wall was black.
That's
Yeah,
gross.
after a hot shower, keep that curtain closed, close the bathroom door. Yeah.
Black wall. And you know what I did? I wrote them up. And the landlord is responsible for the cleanup, and they're mad at the tenants for making their walls black because that's a health hazard.
Did their
to
fan
have
work, or
black
they just
walls.
never use it?
Their fan worked. I tested it.
Okay, so they just never used it.
Yep.
Because like
So-
sometimes they just don't get stuff fixed. It could be the landlord's fault. A lot of times it is.
Some people
This
don't
is
like
true.
to do a number two without with the fan going. You need that no sound. But other people, they're a little embarrassed perhaps, and they like that fan sound, mask out the noise.
You a silent pisser, Bill? You put the fan on when you're pissing, when you're sit pissing?
Well, the sit piss has decreased the sound totally.
Right. There's no foam, there's no sound.
No phone.
No worry.
But I'm a fan shitter for sure. You got to turn the fan on when you're shitting.
100%.
One, it's the stink. Two, it's the sound. If you're silent shit, kind of weird. You're kind of weird, right? You got a fan. They installed that.
That's
shit
why
for a
that's why
reason.
the public ones are tough. You're forced silent, and then everyone hears you.
Right, dude. It's
It's
so
a
quiet in
punishment.
bathrooms.
You guys shit in public like often? Like in
Never.
public rest stops? Yeah.
I could count on two hands
Avoid
in
them.
my
I
life.
try not to, but
Do
it
you
happens.
sit on them, or do you crab mode over them as a follow
I
up from
sit.
last week?
Sometimes I'll align it with the toilet paper. Like I'll make a little platform.
Like a woman.
Well,
Well, there's some, I don't know. There's nasty situations happening.
you ever have to shit in public and you go in there and you look at the toilet and it's a disaster. Like somebody either didn't flush or there's a big old fucking mess. You're just like, fuck this, and you leave.
No. My body it doesn't let me shit in public. It'll wait till it's I'm at home. Like you're driving, you pull in your driveway and just immediately got to shit.
This is true.
Yeah.
But 0 times, you've never had a moment where it's like,
I think we talked
You
about this in
gotta-
the pod like last year. I probably only shit at school maybe 2-3 times ever.
but like after school, like since your adult life, is there ever like or are you pretty much at home or at work and then there's not a whole lot of room for
Home or work, shitting. That's it, man. No
Yeah.
shitting at the mall.
It's a routine. It's like your sanctuary, your safe zone.
Yeah. Where you shitting at, Bill?
Well, I work
He
from
works
home,
from
so
No,
I
you're
basically-
talking about like when you were doing your little story about having to go, then you didn't go because it was dirty.
Oh, it just has happened a handful of times. Like, I feel like it'll be when I'm on the road driving to Wisconsin, or, if I'm driving home from, like, a buddy's house where the night before I drank a bunch. So it's like I'm on the way home and I got a beer shit. I've had that happen before.
Yeah, an
And,
immediate beer shit, not a next morning beer shit.
No, next morning, like after I wake up in the morning, I'm like maybe even hungover and I'm driving home and it's like an hour and a half or 2 hour drive. And I'm like almost home, but it's like I'm gonna shit my pants if I don't pull in. And
Yeah, sometimes it's because of chip too. But
the chip?
yeah, sometimes it's when you eat a chip
What kind
the
of chip?
next morning.
Oh, the hot chip?
Oh yeah, the Packy chip. the hot chip challenge.
Yeah. See, yeah. They're just our time.
He tries to forget.
Yeah, I can't even remember honestly.
Probably for the best. You said you were screaming, trying to.
I think I
Just make
remember
it
on the
there.
way. I honestly, yeah. So I ate the hot chip, and then on the way, and then after that, I drank a whole bunch of beer. And then on the way home, it's like an hour drive. I'm screaming in the car like, "Fuck!" Just like because I was like I'm trying to hype myself up to not shit my pants because if I let up a little bit on my focus to not shit, I'm literally shitting my pants in my car.
Have you shit your pants in your car before?
I never have. That was the closest I've been.
I got close that one time with when I was fishing with the inflatable boat. God.
Oh, right. You were telling that story.
Ugh. Dan, you wanted to tell us about augmented reality guitar lessons.
Yeah, I thought it was VR. It's AR. My bad. But learning a new instrument, it's kind of easy. You just got to put the time in. But this probably makes it a lot easier, at least a lot more accessible. Everyone, they like the idea of learning a guitar, and maybe it's just the time investment and the weird hand motions. Your fingers don't usually kind of work like that, but with the help of an AR system, this could be you.
In this video, though, he's just doing like he's plucking individual chords or strings. He's not playing 3-note chords, right? Bill, you're a guitar man. This isn't real.
And the
guitar.
song's playing in the background, but I mean,
This probably goes.
But there are ones with chords and that. I've seen that, but I just thought it was cool. It was kind of cool, at least,
I knew it.
It's like a personal trainer. You don't need to take lessons. Your lessons are your own self-buying. You probably got to buy this shit, right? It's not gonna be free. Aside from having the AR set.
I don't know. I just feel like something like this would make it so you could probably never play without it.
Well, that was the thing I was just thinking about initially. Is like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I think, or my instant reaction is like, it's probably bad because it makes it almost too easy and accessible. And then people, are relying on this. But at the same time, if it gets, someone's foot in the door, it's better than, them not trying it at all.
It's not that different from Rocksmith, which I had on PS4.
But what I had experienced a lot because I played the trumpet. When I was playing the trumpet in band, the people that read sheet music, that's the only way they could do it. And I was an anti-sheet music person. I could just listen and play to whatever. So
you were anti-sheet music in band class.
Yeah, because you rehearse the same fucking song so many times. Like you look at it a couple of times, you're like, okay, I get it.
They have the sheet music there in the orchestra, man.
Yeah, but they're that's a weenie move to me. I mean, you should be able to remember the song you're playing and that, and
like yo-yo
on your own time, learn it, play it. If you gotta look at sheet music, it's valid if you're doing too many different songs, but if you're doing a rehearsal, your performance, like, you shouldn't need that shit. But that was the downfall of a lot of people. They would get caught up when they were doing their live performance because a lot of people get nervous performing in front of people, but then they're reading that sheet music.
Flip that page.
Yeah.
Gotta pause for a second.
So there's too many aspects of it where it's just a hindrance. But you got to be at the point where you can be comfortable doing that at first. But I'm just playing an instrument. I need to get the AR so I can learn guitar.
True.
Be a cool
That'd
guy.
be sweet if you learn guitar. We could play together.
Yeah, I had one. My cousin, he's got it now.
He stole it?
No, I think I sold it to him. And if I sold it to him, I don't think he gave me money. So
gotta learn bass, dude.
True. I think you are
bass
more
is
of a bass
nice.
guy.
More of a bass guy.
I could be a
You
bass guy.
You give me the bass vibes.
Dan, can you do the lyrics to that that Korn song?
Cut my life
No,
into
no,
pieces.
The only one Karn song.
the one that everyone does the
Yeah,
Oh, how does it go, Dan?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you do know though. You probably know better than
What
I.
song?
I don't know the name of the song. I've heard like people do the little.
He does like a little ska metal yell or something.
Go ahead.
Ooh, ah!
No,
Is that one?
that's Disturbed.
Oh, damn.
Down with the Sickness. Yeah.
Oh. What about let the bodies hit the
It's
floor?
like
That's a different song too.
or something like that.
Ooh.
Korn's known for being one of the bands that has like their lead rip is from the bass guitar, right, instead of the regular guitar.
Hmm.
What do you call a regular guitar?
Guitar.
Lead, just lead guitar.
There's lead and rhythm.
Right, but if the bass guitar is the lead in the song, is it still a lead guitar?
It'd be the rhythm.
Okay, but what if you have a lead bass and two guitars?
Well, it depends on your part because you're not always playing lead guitar necessarily. You might play rhythm for a bit and then you have a lead part. Yeah. So like a lot of times, so in my band, I am the lead guitar player most of the time, but a lot of times I play rhythm too. Because it's not all about me. I'm not just constantly soloing. I'm not just constantly leading. It's you do rhythm, you got vocals and shit, and then I have a solo. The person that takes the solo is the lead guitar.
In the band Modern Baseball, whoever was singing would do the rhythm guitar while the other person would play lead. That's not singing.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you wanted to talk about chicken. Who is this? You?
Yeah, this is sad because I had chicken today for lunch, and we're looking for news.
To be clear, though, this is a .com, not a .org. Okay, this is it.
Yeah, see, the thing with .com is it's
They're selling you
.commerce,
something.
right? Yeah, they're selling shit. So it's probably pills, or it's owned by the Chinese, and they're selling supplies for pills because the Chinese they sell raw materials. Actually, most of our steel goes to the Chinese. We ship all of our raw steel back to the Chinese, and then I don't even know. Anyway, so apparently, if you eat chicken regularly, you're at a higher risk for gastrointestinal cancers and cardiovascular disease. When I was thinking chicken was like pretty clean and healthy and like a decent protein, here we are with this medicalexpress.com article telling us that chicken, you can't eat chicken now.
Do you think maybe just everybody eats chicken?
It's kind of the go-to for America. Right. Chicken nuggets, chicken strips.
If you can't eat chicken and you can't eat beef and you can't eat pork, what can you eat?
Right. And you look at pea protein, it's not even like you can't even digest that shit. You got sugar, you got fruit snacks, you got Doritos, you got Red 40. Thank God for RFK, right?
Has that actually happened yet?
I don't know, but he's
I thought it was official this week. They made it like illegal this week, I think.
I think my favorite thing about the Trump administration, they just say they're going to do stuff, and then everyone acts like it happened.
Right. No tax on tips.
There's no yeah, that didn't happen. There's no follow-ups on anything.
No tax on overtime.
Didn't happen.
What else? What's the other one?
$5,000 to have a baby. That's not real.
Yeah.
What better not be real?
The Doge kickbacks. The Doge.
Yeah,
refunds?
reparations.
Right? Doge went from saving the government $2 trillion a year to $1 trillion to $150 billion. Now to Elon quit the government.
Dude, he didn't tweet about that, did he?
He talked about it to his board because Tesla that was down 35% in sales.
No, I think it was 70%.
70%.
Yeah, it was their earnings was down 70%.
They got a full self-driving coming up next year, man.
I saw this sweet meme of this guy. He said it to his Tesla. He said, "Take me to a place that I've never been to before." It was him and his girlfriend, and it was driving them down the highway, and then they pulled into a Planet Fitness, and the guy was fat. I don't know if it was.
There's no way that's real.
It was probably scripted, but I thought that was pretty comical.
Are you guys gonna take the Tesla taxis?
I live in rural America. There's no taxis.
Right, but if you didn't live in rural America, would
I
you
would.
trust a self-driving Tesla?
Yeah, probably.
I'm not scared of getting in a car crash.
I don't know. I've seen
mean,
enough clips
If
of
they
them
go
just,
full speed,
just-
then that's what happened to me. You know,
they just full brake for
what
no
can you
reason.
do? I can have someone, even a real normal human taxi driver, could just pass out, floor it. You know,
Does that happen? You hear that's
it could. I mean, you
you-
could walk outside and get killed by gravity because you misstepped. What
all right.
I don't know. I'm just saying. If those are your options, I'm probably gonna do it.
I don't think those are your options.
Well, taking
I wonder how much it would
the
cost.
cab, probably less.
No driver, and you just. I mean, who do you sue when you get maimed by a car hitting you because it stopped on the highway?
Well, they avoid all crashes because the computers are so smart. Accident avoidance, that's a plus.
Tesla's never been involved in an accident.
Might have hit a pedestrian, but that's different than a car accident. Car and car accident.
Tesla is an incredible American company. It's just.
I'm just thinking
facts.
if they have like all those e-taxis, they probably trained and did it for long enough where it's pretty soundproof, where you shouldn't be worrying about getting in an accident with them.
Oh, Tesla Model
But-
Y is actually only the 6th most dangerous car in the road.
Ooh.
Don't get
It's
in
probably
a
because,
Hyundai
like, Jaden's-
Venue.
There's Jaden Smith types driving it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sweet," and just wee, and then just crash into people.
The second most dangerous car is a Corvette.
That makes
Dude,
sense.
there's mine, number 5.
The Honda CR-V. I just think it's just because that's like one of the most common cars, though, right?
Yeah, it's the number 1 seller or some shit.
Like Toyota Corolla's up here. That's like it's just a super common car. Well, this is okay per billion vehicle miles, though. Tesla's on here again.
We got Kia on there, killed in action multiple times.
Bored, dude. Fix or repair daily, right?
I like how Mitsubishi Mirage.
I think that's a SUV. Yeah.
If you drive a Mitsubishi, you're poor, or you're retarded, or you're poor.
You could say the same thing about anyone driving a Chevy Cruze, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've been driving a Chevy. I've driven GM my whole life.
Sorry
my
to hear
current
that.
my current truck I've had for probably 8-9 years. Reliable as shit. I've had 0 things break on it that hasn't been normal maintenance.
Do you
0.
drive that car to Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, my truck.
You guys,
yeah.
you guys don't have like a different commuter car? You just drive your 17 mile a gallon truck?
I'll put the miles on the truck. I've put over 100,000 miles on the truck. I just put a serpentine belt on the thing. I did put a new belt tensioner. So when you change your serpentine belt, you can change the belt tensioner. If you don't know, it's 1 bolt on mine. 1 bolt. So, people that can't service anything on their vehicles, how about you learn to be a little self-sufficient and take care of your damn self and stop trusting these 18-year-old dipping idiots to take care of your vehicles.
When you drive
You can watch
drive a
YouTube and take
Toyota,
care of
you don't
yourself.
have to take care of your own car because it never breaks down.
Serpentine belts, need to be replaced at 120,000 miles. That's where I'm at for a serpentine belt replacement. 120,000 miles. You gotta exchange your fluids. Transmission fluid flush.
How do you already have 120,000 miles in your car?
It's a 2015.
Yeah,
10 year. It's
Yeah, that's like
11-year-old vehicle.
beyond the average, and you work from home. So how do you have that many miles on your car, man?
I bought it with 15K.
Yeah, I bought it used.
I used to drive to work, which was 30 minutes one way, and then I used to work for the city, which I'd drive to work 30 minutes and then drive around town all day.
Okay, and they reimburse you for your miles?
They did, but not well enough where I was satisfied with their reimbursement. I also didn't like that they required me to use my cell phone for work, and they said that there was a chance that I could get FOIA'd, and they'd take my personal cell phone away because it was used for work. That was a real sticking point for me. I said, get me a damn city cell phone if you want me to use this for work, because you're not FOIAing my cell phone.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I sat in the parking lot and applied for jobs for 3 months to try and get out of there.
Damn.
And here we are.
All right.
2.5 years later, making over double what I was making at the city. Booyah!
All right. What is this? Human science? Did you read this article before you posted it?
I read the headline, and that's how news works these days.
Right.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, I thought this was interesting because it says that when AI starts to do science, that it'll be strange and incomprehensible. So I think that the connections that AI will make within whatever science sector that it's looking at, humans sort of will follow a standard path, and it's this narrow thing. There's lots of blinders on when you're trying to make sense of things. And AI, as it starts to try and solve problems within science, it doesn't have the same blinders that humans do. And so I think that's what this article is arguing, is that it may come up with things that don't make sense to humans and unorthodox things they wouldn't have thought of in the first place.
AI science, is that just AI telling real people what to do tests on, or is it doing it all itself and just like simulations?
I think it depends on the situation, but like it says there, for data processing. So if you give it a bunch of data, what sort of insights can AI pull out of that versus a human reviewing a bunch of data? I mean, for data processing, a human is not going to do a better job than AI.
I don't know, man. It might, because I saw that Shannon Sharp guy that's accused of doing some stuff. The
he was an ex-football player,
right?
He's
See,
a podcaster.
listen, and I saw someone like tweet, "Grok, who is this? What happened?" And instead, it says, "This is Antonio Brown. He had a thing with an OnlyFans model in 2021." So the AI just thought it was another black guy.
Well, what was the prompt? See, that doesn't even make sense.
It asked him to explain who this was based on the image.
Based on a picture.
The picture of Shannon Sharp and the lady.
I think AI is very compelling.
AI is probably good for white people. Right.
to review the white people images and be able to recognize
it has like a way worse rate of like facial recognition is way worse for people with darker skin.
It's probably because the people that develop the AI are white, so they
they use white models.
Models are geared towards, which over time that will get better, but
over time Tesla's gonna have full self-driving.
Yeah, this is true. And there's what, Waymo? Waymo's a big one. It's not.
Yeah.
Tesla's not the only one.
I'm saying this because Elon's been saying this since 2017. He said next year since 2017, and it hasn't.
Yeah, his kid's also named X, a letter that isn't a letter.
You think
so?
Is it weird how he only hangs out with one kid out of like 10?
It's a psyop.
The kid's a shield. You can't snipe Elon if he's carrying his kid on his head every time he exits a plane.
This is true.
And it's weird that he walks down like plane steps with this kid on his shoulder. That seems a little dangerous.
It's dad moves. You ever see dads just throw kids up in the air and catch them?
Yeah. Not Elon.
That's a move. It's a move.
Dan was trying to explain Elon's thing where he does this. Like he was just stretching.
Oh yeah, when he was walking. I mean, he was just while he's walking, he's got to get a little stretching. He's getting stiff, talking to people all the time, so he's got to do like random jerks. You thought he was on a K-hole, but I mean,
I think he's on a permanent K-hole, dude.
Yeah.
Wonder what a K-hole's like. What do you guys think?
It's probably like nothing, dude. And just a lot of nothing going on.
Like death.
Like a K-hole.
Well, because like heroin is like it's described as when you have like your baby blanket and you're like a baby and you're just laying in your baby blanket.
Okay, that's like a physical thing. I think the K-hole is more like a mental thing where you just like escape. You just kind of log out.
Like DMT, or like it's DMT but there's nothing there?
I have no idea, dude.
Because DMT like shoots you through a portal into space, and then you see the fractals, and
Is
then
that
you
what they
see.
said on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh, lots of people say it,
Well,
dude. They got
they're always
vapes. They got
talking about
DMT
DMT on it.
vapes.
That
You
doesn't
could get
sound legal.
a rechargeable DMT vape and just all day long smack that DMT.
There's got to be some sort of permanent damage.
You'll
from
get
that.
trapped in the bookcase, dude. You don't want to be there, man.
Stuck in the
Not a good
negaverse, dude.
spot.
The Negaverse.
I think
It's part of Sailor Moon.
I thought you were gonna say something else, but going back to like the AI science thing, like will you guys trust the AI doctor? Just non-human. Would you do that?
I think
Or
I
would
would.
you want
I would,
like
I
an
would trust
actual
if it was
human
like
doctor?
an AI with a human that looked over it, not just the AI by itself. It can misdiagnose an image, you know, the shading's off or something. It'll think it's a different color.
I think the AIs are better than the humans.
That is
For data set collection and that,
wishful
it's
thinking.
probably a lot more valid just to verify the calculations. But I think what that article was saying though is like all the models, the data sets were collected in different ways, so it wasn't, they have to be like presented to the AI in a consistent manner, or else it could take different data points from the different models that it was given and then come to an assessment that might be incorrect. Just because it's like looking at that data set pattern, trying to do it consistently, or it's just how it's prompted too. I mean, IDK, I don't work with it to know, but I could see how the image recognition thing is actually really good. They're already doing that in like pathology. The AI is already able to do like a pre-diagnosis for slide scanned images, and then the pathologist can like look it over. And
They are doing the doctor
like-
looks it over thing.
yeah, they like legally have to because someone's got to be at fault. But
Well, when they get rid of that and the AI does it on its own and it's wrong, you can't sue anybody and you just die. Is that going to be better?
well, I mean, you're gonna die if you sue or not. But
Yeah, you shouldn't get any treatment. You'll die anyway. Dude. Oh man, what is it? Okay, functional fit. You actually want to talk about this? What is this?
Yeah, I think this is an important idea for a lot of people out there because we grew up
fitness.
in a world where nobody's really showing you how to be healthy in your body. And
This
I
this comes off
Yeah.
to me like what's that guy we made fun of? Wes Watson. Instead of Wes Watson selling you the workout plan, it's the nerd fitness coach building you a custom workout for your exact situation. This is exactly the same service.
Dude, actually there's hot Wes Watson news that's way better than this story.
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
What happened to Wes Watson?
Okay, so on Reddit, there's Reddit's got some really good sleuths, which sleuths is like people that will dig and dig and dig and find all the secret stuff. Wes Watson did like if you sort by top for the past month, it'll be the number one. It's actually insane. It's technically kind of nudity in it, but yeah, this is the one. Okay, if you watch this.
I'm not showing this.
So Wes Watson's getting a lap dance, and in his mansion because he's
He's
super
also
fancy,
watching rap
rich
music
guy.
videos on his wall, which honestly looks kind of shitty.
And what happens is Wes Watson accidentally there's a reflection of his dong in the glass, and the people snap it, and it's like a baby dong.
Oh god. So the title is he has a wee wiener.
So Wes Watson exposed for his baby dong.
This is this type of picture. It was this picture of like Shannon Sharp, and I thought it was Antonio Brown. Why does he have the high heels?
Because he's trans.
How is he? How's that?
The guy who posted the sleuth thing, it's an account called Trans West Watson.
Yeah, I see that, but like, why are they saying that?
Because it's funny.
They're also making fun of his lifted sandals.
That's funny.
It's got an inch extra height. How tall is he?
I think he says he's 5'9", but that means he's 5'7".
Yeah, 5'9" is actually 5'6".
Right.
This whole subreddit is just people just making fun of Wes Watson.
Well, they're
Yeah,
fans.
that's the point. Yeah. They're dumpstering him.
Why?
He's got a head tattoo that says Elf Made.
Wait, it says he's not 5'8". I'll murk you. Oh my god, man! What is this shit? The
So this
tax-paying
subreddit,
citizens-
I think when we
the fucking Fed showed up to his house.
he got swatted. He got swatted. Dude, when we did our Wes Watson episode, this subreddit was probably at like 4K, and it's at 12K now. So we hit the wave. This thing will probably go till it might go 40K.
Until Wes Watson
Or
kills
more.
himself.
Well, they're trying to take down his income streams. There's trans Wes Watson right there.
Where did this start?
It's lore, dude. You gotta dig.
I'm not. I can't show that one. Oh my god. So yeah. All right. This is better than the other story.
I think so because Wes Watson was legit exposed for his baby wiener.
Maybe
Anyway.
he's, look like your song. He's a grower, not a shower.
He was bricked up there, and that thing was a problem.
Looked like it was afterwards, so maybe he wasn't. Not to defend
He just got a
Wes
lap
Watson.
dance. He's heading up the stairs.
Wait. He got a lap, like that was it? Just a lap? Like,
Well, then they were heading up the stairs to get the deed done.
well, there are the posts saying that his pee-pee doesn't work. So,
It's
be
all Reddit anyway.
related to his steroids.
It's hilarious.
Okay. Any other things you guys want to talk about this week? What happened?
Oh, let's just talk about functional fitness really quick. So
Yeah.
I was
Nerd fit.
washing my truck, and I was getting in a position where it's like I was kind of squatting, and I knew I was exercising, but I was doing something like practical. And there's like practical exercise and practical fitness where you don't have to go to the gym, but it's just like if you are active in doing things around your house, you can sort of put your body into positions where you're more flexible or you're using muscles you don't usually use when you're just sitting all the time. And
And you get
like-
sweet Lego photos.
yeah, sweet Lego photos. Yeah, functional fitness. So it's
Carrying
if you just sit there
groceries, picking up small children, walking in nature, being mobile on the floor, fighting off sharks.
the last one's a meme, but yeah, it's a thing. So
Is this for like really old people? It's about becoming anti-fragile.
I think it's for all people.
Okay.
So get on the floor and do a crab walk on all four. That's how you get more mobile on the ground. They used to have you do it when you were a little kid, and they'd put you on those little roller pads, like the shop mechanics. That was sweet shit.
Gym class, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking in elementary school gym class, they had the rope tied to the ceiling, and you'd climb it.
So this is doing
And,
squats.
you know, if you slip down, you'd fall on the pad. Do they still do that shit? Because that was tight. You have to like ring the bell at the top, and then it's like hella far if you fall.
Never
but
had to
they
climb
were
a
letting
rope.
us do it.
I never
We had
could
rope.
climb. Yeah, we had the rope. I never could climb it.
I was good at the rope. I
All
could
right,
always
little
climb it.
monkey boy.
Yeah, that shit was fun and
All right.
crazy that they allowed us to do that.
The functional fitness exercises are squats. They have deadlifts, overhead press, farmer's walk, which is just
Oh, yeah.
walking, holding the a
Yeah.
bear crawl,
Ooh, that's a tough one.
so walking like a bear. Oh, dude, I almost sent a clip of this to remember what's his name, your boy Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yep. Chuck's going through it right now. He went through a fitness journey where he lost probably 25, 30 pounds, gained it all back, and he's realizing it.
If you're drinking 12 beers a night, you're gonna gain weight.
Yeah, 12's
It's
conservative.
body memory too. If you exist in that weight, your body's going to be used to it, and then you can lose it in a year, but then go back. It's easy to revert.
What is this kind of push-up called, huh? Dive bomber push-ups?
That's like sniffer ass. Oh, quick sniff.
And step-ups.
Those
Wow.
are good push-ups, though.
Box
that should all
jumps.
help out your back.
This article wasn't totally what I was talking about. It's more like when you're doing things around the house and like if you need to bend down with purpose using your muscles and don't just like, oh, my body is like fucked up and I can't even bend down. Like use that as your moment for exercise and flexibility. You know, just performing everyday activities. You don't have to go out of your way to exercise if you're doing it within your everyday, interactions.
You get groceries, you farmer's walk with all the groceries that you've bought in both your hands. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
It's nerd fit.
Okay. Oh, man. What's coming up this week? Anything happening?
This week's almost over, dude.
This weekend.
We're all hunting.
What hunting season would it be right now?
Morels, mushrooms.
God damn.
This is my favorite time of the year. I love this time of the year.
Hunting usually, is related to like an animal. You're just looking for mushrooms under dead trees.
This is correct. It's so exciting.
Gotta bring a pig.
A pig?
A morel hunting pig, like in the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage that we talked about
That's
1 year ago.
dude.
That's truffle.
Can't you train one to search for morels?
Probably could. I think they got a good sniffer. But I don't want a pig because they shit and you gotta feed it.
That's every pet.
Yeah, that's true. But you can't train a pig to shit like where you want it to shit.
I think pigs might be smarter than dogs. You probably can.
Oh, I heard some news on Easter is that they're allowing people to hunt geese.
In Michigan, you can get the government to snipe the geese, or they collect them and gas them.
Yeah, they get them in a foam party.
Yeah, because they thought that relocating them was enough in the last few years, but that is not enough. There's like parks with ponds that are just getting overrun to the point where the water is like spreading E. coli because there's so many geese shitting in it.
It's bad. Wait, they're rounding them up and gassing them like the Holocaust?
Yep. It's
No
just,
shit.
It's just carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. They said though it's not like the whatever gas they use against the humans. To me, that's better than sniping them.
Is it?
Because you can't just go down to your local park and snipe the goose. You gotta take it away.
Damn.
You can kill them on, actual hunting grounds, but you can't do it in your backyard.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
unless no one finds out.
You can't have hunters take care of them because they don't live where the hunters hunt. They live in cities and suburbs now.
Yeah, they go to the public parks. So
too many.
It's a shame.
There's too many of them, man.
I want to get a side job because I live right by a golf course now. I'll get a dog, and then I'll have the golf course pay me to scare all the geese away with my dog. So I'll just patrol the whole time. That'll be my side gig. Could be nice.
True. All right. Well, this has been episode 52 of our anime special of the Dragon Drop podcast.
That's 1 year.
That's 1 year.
Oh,
it's 1 year.
We skipped a couple weeks, so we're like a
no,
month.
But this is the 52nd episode. That's a year's
crazy.
worth.
Yeah, that's a year's worth of apps. Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below what you want Ian to do to lose his huge gut, and we'll pass it along. Well, he'll see the episode. He'll just take the advice. He needs help on how to live. Yes, he wanted us to talk about lettuce, but he doesn't elaborate, so I don't care, Ian.
That's
Okay, and also
a good topic, though. Yeah.
herbs versus spices. That's not even a topic, really. Yeah. Thanks, Ian.
It's weird that Ian spent the whole year giving us topics and hiding in the shadows, and I don't know what it is. It's like you can hang out with us, you could be on the pod or like
Refuses.
you could jump in a call. Like we're just you're a normal guy, right? You're a normal guy,
He prefers to other himself.
like male, female, other.
No, like separate himself from the rest of people. Treat himself as an other.
I think a lot of people think that they are other for a lot of their lives, and that people have similar problems to what they experience. So, like, he may have deep-seated mental issues that he struggles with, and feels like that he's like no one can relate to the problems that he goes through. I know for a fact that that's not true.
Well, he's been watching a lot of scalies, like the dragon furries on Twitch. So maybe
we like that.
Maybe it is true.
But they can relate. So
I think he needs to spend less time watching scalies, but he's diving deeper and deeper into it.
Probably just needs to go outside and get off the internet. He was asking if the internet's poison. I mean, people say they're like introverted. That just means they're on their phones for like 10 hours a day. I mean, if you ask them that, they're gonna say no. But then if you had a secret cam, that's probably what you'd be seeing. People just don't go out, don't interact or do anything. Just on phone, on internet.
Yep.
It's a new era.
New era. All right. See you guys next week. Bye bye. Say bye. Say bye.
bye.
Bye bye.